It's Thursday and we'll be running our tech story for the day. The national disaster of June 3 left an indelible mark in the history of Ghana. Questions about whether or not an accurate weather prediction could have averted that disaster remain unanswered. What is not in doubt is the thousands of poor farmers across the country could be saved financial losses and disheartening experiences if weather patterns are predicted accurately and made accessible to them. For our Science Technology segment Tech Thursday, I put the spotlight on research collaborations at the University of Energy and Natural Resources in Sunyani to predict weather more accurately.
Hundreds of people were killed in what was popularly called the twin disaster. It was flood and fire at the same time. It has yet to be clearly established whether or not the Meteorological Agency predicted the downpour and if that prediction was taken seriously in the first place. That raises the age-old question about reliability of the Meteo Agency's predictions over the years. These satellites have the power to make weather prediction in Ghana extremely accurate and accessible through a mobile app.
From our research, measurement weather prediction in the Gulf of Guinea, means where Ghana falls in, is very difficult because of the effects that are on the ocean.
That is Dr. Amos Kaboba, Director of Earth Observation Research and Innovation at the University of Energy and Natural Resources. He's explaining how accurate weather predictions in tropical areas are harder to achieve. Perhaps we can cut the Ghana Meteorological Agency some slack. The satellite station here at the university is one of 9 similar stations established all over the world to collect and process atmospheric data.
We can see a 5-day weather prediction, then some of the weather conditions there.
They are connected to these servers from which the data collected are analyzed to predict weather patterns accurately.
The other data products that we also receive to find out where fishermen will actually get a lot of catch. Because
it is part of work being done by the National Oceanic Atmospheric Administration of the USA in collaboration with the Taiwan National Space Organization.
These data will be used to support atmospheric sounding all around the world from space-based satellites, because there are extreme weather events having human cost as well as economic cost. The measurements from these types of systems help scientists really learn about those movements over time. And this partnership, together with the University of Energy and Natural Resources, is a very important contribution to the Cosmic 2 mission.
They're making use of Ghana's strategic position on the Earth and expertise of staff at the University of Energy and Natural Resources. Ghana gets to cash in on the benefits.
We are in discussion with the Ghana Meteorological Agency because practically Ghana seems to have very few weather stations. And this is a challenge for the authority in order to predict precisely on the prevailing weather conditions. So what we are planning, we are already discussing with them that with this new system, the data that we will collect will also feed into the Ghana Meteorological Agency so that they can better know in real time what is happening.
In 2015, a JoyNews documentary highlighted how national best farmers, despite their agricultural clout, were running into huge losses. Their plants were drying up because of weather pattern inconsistencies, an obvious result of climate change. Clearly, a worrying trend which is only getting worse by the year. But the good news is there is a tech solution.
Our agriculture said that almost 80 or more % of it is rain-fed. It means that they depend on how much rainfall comes. Now, over the years, we've realized that this pattern is changing from north to south. So with the weather prediction, first of all, it will help the farmer to know at least, and with a good estimate, the time for planting, to also help the farmers to have something we call seasonal forecasting. Seasonal forecast will also help them to know in advance maybe certain measures they need to put in place before they take up the farming business.
I have come to the University of Energy and Natural Resources seeking clarification on how the satellite stations grounded here can help solve the nation's problems.
We have had a number of discussions with the Minister of Food and Agriculture. In fact, we have discussed at length, and there's a proposal that we have put together with the idea of trying to forecast food prices. We also have some collaborations also with the Ministry of Science.
I am told a simple collaboration between this university and the Ghana Meteorological Agency is the key to achieving weather forecast reliability that many Ghanaians are yearning for, farmers being the biggest beneficiaries. The question is, how does this tech solution reach the everyday beneficiaries, you and me included?
As a center, we are also looking at the possibility of integrating this system as mobile application that everybody can access and know what is happening. The mobile application will simply be an app that can run on either the Android or the Apple phones that we find. You'll be able to tell the temperature or the rainfall, and you have an advice note, let me call it health notes.
With government spending thousands on its flagship Planting for Food and Jobs policy, here is a starting point for reliable weather patterns for farmers. It will help government know how strategic it can place the dams proposed for each village. Truth be told, all of these will remain talk in the absence of any concrete financial backing. In the next Tech Thursday, we'll tell you how the Ghana National Fire Service can leverage this partnership to detect fire outbreaks. Gifty Andopia, JoyNews, Sunyang in the Bunahafo region.